Welcome everybody to another edition of Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, sponsored by Wettenkamp Transport, Front Street Toys, Trip Downing, and Salama Enterprises. Tonight, got the world famous Clint Tucker with us here.
I like
the
famous.
Not near enough abuse in the wintertime that Tucker gets the Winter Nationals. He goes down to Louisville, and then now he has Gordyville. What's next?
Well, we were approached last year about this time of year, February, from the new owners of the building at Gordyville, and they wanted to know if we would entertain putting together a show for them. And of course, we already kind of had our January event in place. We told them we would, kick around having a end of February, 1st of March event, and that's kind of what it's turned into be. We had an initial idea, and I wish we'd have stuck with it, because we were just going to run kind of some of the smaller classes and some of the more, Illinois local classes, because we figured everybody would have a Louisville hangover. But as the summer went on, and then the rumors got out that we were doing it, we got asked to add, some of the bigger classes, which I wish we'd have never done, because it, as I thought, the Louisville hangover is a real thing, and getting some of the big pipe stuff organized has been like herding cats. But it's been a long time since we promoted a March event. We used to do two in 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it got to be to where it was the marching was such a financial disaster and a pain that we just completely quit doing it. But we thought maybe the mystique of going back to Gordyville would maybe get some people, kind of revved up in March, and it has around here. I mean, there's going to be a lot of tractors there, a lot of people there, and we really appreciate all the pullers that have entered and did their paperwork correctly. We're going to have a really, really good show up there. Track's still going to be good. But yeah, back in 2010 and 2011, or last year, we did some in March. The guys that pulled at Louisville didn't come home and instantly tear everything apart to where you couldn't go anywhere again. But I guess that's the new normal. So we'll do with what we got. We'll do the best with what we got.
There you go. Look like some good, healthy classes, though. Flip back down there.
Yeah, we got a nice light limited class, and then of course our pro farm classes are always really good.
Their hot farms usually big.
Yeah, hot farm classes are big. We're kind of letting them play with each other again as far as the 24.5s and 20.8 tires. That was a experiment that didn't work. They pulled together in Ohio all summer long, and nobody says, nobody really has a problem with it. But we're gonna put them back together in Gordyville to see how that works on the shorter dark track. Of course, we got some new mile per hour tractors in there. We got some local guys that run 12. We always have the King of 15, which is a lot of the really cool tractors from northern Indiana that run that 15 mile an hour class year round. And then we try to put the ECI, and I think it's Tri-States runs an 80 mile an hour kind of a version of the class, or close to it. We put that in on Saturday. We got a few entries from that area, but not as many as we expected. But we tried. We're trying to diversify a little bit and try to give something there for everybody to enter if they wanted to.
So you got pro stock trucks, that's the diesel ones then?
Pro stock trucks they're from the Indiana Truck Pullers Association and the Illiana Pullers, and the Pro Pulling League has them on the Midwest Regional Series too. They're a really good group of trucks. They got bar tires on them. They got some pretty stringent cylinder head and intake manifold rules, but they put on a really good show, and we've had them now for 2 years at Cloverdale. And this year,
almost like super stock class with bar tires, basically.
Yeah. And they're really the competition is really close, and we got a really good class of them. And we want to thank all those guys from over there in Indiana for supporting it. This is the first time we've ever had alcohol trucks in doors at Gordyville. So looking forward to it. It should be something, a nice little mix.
There you go. Go down to session 4 and 5, Ryan. That classic modified, you guys had them down at the Winter Nationals too, didn't you?
Well, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to cancel that class because we only got 4 entries this year. But
Oh,
yeah,
you guys are
I don't know what happened to all of them. We used to have 12 or 15 of them, but maybe they're all on vacation in March. But yeah, I think the classic mods and the 50 pros are going to have to go. There's just not much interest in that. And I hope you didn't buy any tickets in advance to watch those 2 classes. If you did, give me a call. I'm going to have to send you some money back.
There's a lot of good pulling there, and the good part about that is you got guys that are, hungry to pull that haven't been out to pull with all the other, indoor pulls going on. So this will be fun for them. I mean, that looks like a good show.
Yeah, we're going to average 65 to 70 hooks every session with some of the up to the 75, 80. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of tractors going down the track for we're calling it the Gordyville Revival.
There you go. Yeah. So hopefully maybe that'll brew into something for next year again.
Yeah.
Then, or?
Yeah, I think we've already Ryan in my head and Ryan both, we've already made a bunch of adjustments. You're probably going to see the mini rods back next year, and going to move a few things around. You never can tell when you try something. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you learn from it and then just go on.
Yeah.
We've been doing this an awful long time, and every year we learn something new and different. The things that we used to take for granted and rely on, we're just not going to be able to take for granted and rely on anymore. And that's just the part of the game. We started this whole program back in 2005 with a foundation of probably 50 super farm tractors, and then hot farm tractors and pro farm tractors and light limiteds. And we've kept that going pretty good. I mean, I really, really appreciate all the 85 limited pros all over the Midwest, the ITPA ones, the Excalibur, Outlaw, all those guys. Appreciate the few light pros that are going to support us at our show. They'll pick the front ends up and carry it down our little 250-foot track, and hopefully, we got a couple more, trying to get fixed, and we'll take entries probably till this weekend, and then we'll have to get our lineup set and get ready to go.
That'll be good. See, Josh Miley signed up for Super Farm.
Yep, Josh is our mainstay.
Awesome. Lee Ruff and them Hot Farm. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, there's something going on with Mark Roof, the memorial there.
Yeah, Ron, you want to kind of explain that?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it last kind of winter over the winter. Mark was kind of a pretty well-known character around Gordyville, you could say, all those years, and just something that we kind of wanted to throw together. And I think the story goes, he was in the pits sitting on a battery charger, and the battery charger didn't hold up. So the winner Saturday night will get we're gonna have a battery charger in Mark's name for the winner,
Nice.
and just kind of a nice little tribute for him. He was pretty big in the polling area, especially around the Midwest. I think a lot of pullers from all across the area probably knew of his name, and I talked with Brandy a little bit. Sounds like they're gonna have a group coming down, which I think they've always had in the past. Anyway, so it's kind of a nice little get together for them to pay tribute to their father.
Yeah, Mark was
That-
always kind of like an unofficial advisor to the Winter Nationals. He always would sit down and tell me his outlook on kind of what we did the year with that winter and what we should do to make it better the next winter. And he always had really good advice. And like I said, the whole Darlington, Wisconsin crew, I wish we could get them all back down and pulling with us again. But I really appreciate Lee and those guys coming down and being a part of the Battery State Hot Farm Class. It hasn't really caught on yet, and it's not super popular as far as numbers, but we got 7 of the best tractors in the country there, so it'll be a good class. And like I said, we're gonna give out a nice battery charger in memory of Mark's honor, and hopefully this is just the first year this tradition will continue.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, he was a staple in the hot farm, pro farm classes around for a long time. And then, yeah, went to Gordyville. He went to a lot of polls, all the time. Badger State supporter and pulled Badger State, and and yeah, he always went to Gordyville. I think he never missed a year going down there, did he?
I don't remember him ever missing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kudos to you guys for doing that. That'll be great. And his family come down there, so that'll be great too. Well, hopefully, are all the entries closed, or they still got time to enter, or what?
Oh, we still got time to enter.
Yeah.
We can enter clear up till probably this Sunday. They probably need to kind of shut her down a little bit because Ryan and I got to get the
Yeah, we gotta get lineups and
the paperwork together, so all of our drivers in the back with the tow tractors can know where all the tractors go. And Joe Hurd's, he's the pit boss, and he's one of our main guys, and then probably the MVP of the week every week. He gets the floor plan together, so we probably need to wrap it up probably Saturday. Probably be a good time.
yeah.
Ryan and I work pretty close together, and we'll get that all figured out.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be good. I've been down there and helped with one of them. Was it Gordyville, or was it the first time I think you had the one down south further there?
Oh, there at DuQuoin.
DuQuoin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim and I were down there. We're on our way to Louisville, I think. We come down to your place and stayed, and then we left from there, went to Missouri, and from Missouri went down to Princeton to see Mr. Engler, and then we went to Louisville.
Yeah, I think you did come down, and I think that was one of the years that you announced for us at Gordyville because Stacy went snowmobiling on us.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so we come down Saturday, hung out, and left your place Sunday morning.
Yep.
And went out. Yeah, and we were in Louisville by Monday evening.
Yeah, you made the tour with a tractor.
Couple tractors, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the longest way to Louisville I've ever taken. Yeah. And then it snow chasing us when we got to Engler's. It started snowing, and we dealt with snow all the way to Louisville. That took forever to get there.
Well, that's one thing we need to mention because Gordyville always had a terrible reputation of being the coldest place on the planet. And I know there's colder, but it doesn't seem like that to most people's stories. But the week we're supposed to pull there, right now the forecast is in the high 40s to 50s all week for the highs. So Balismo boys will probably be outside grilling pork chops.
Yeah, in t-shirts.
And t-shirts, yeah.
Yep. Most of the boys, yep. I'd drive all the way down there just to get a pork chop.
Yeah, they're pretty good from those guys. They know how to cook.
Holy crap, them guys can cook. Wow. Yeah, I've had a couple of them over the years. They're good.
Yep. They're good guys. They support our indoor events. Every year they bring whatever they can bring.
Yep. Whatever they got running is coming.
Yeah, whatever they got. That one year I felt so bad for them at Shipshawana. Their tractors got snowed in, but they still came and watched.
Did they?
Yeah, they still came and watched.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yes, they are top notch people.
Top-notch people, yeah. Good seeing them all over. You got some good classes. This should be some fun.
Yeah,
Levi Kingston, he was there in 2009. Remember when Jamie Cook broke his smoke pipe off the tractor and smoked out the building?
yeah.
Yeah, that was Gigolo.
I remember that like it was yesterday because I think I was flagging our center right beside Jim, and he was flagging, but yeah, he kind of got wild and his pipe blew off. And after all the dust settled, I looked over there and the world famous Phil Typin had his back to the pro stock tractor running pretty much wide open without a pipe on it. He put his hand over his beer so no smoke got in it. And I remember like that was yesterday. And of course, that was also the year it was really cold outside. So when we opened up the door to let the smoke out, Art Downs was announced and said there was a lot of choice words out of the fans. He thought there was maybe a church or a revival going on in a corner because you heard the word Jesus Christ a lot after we raised that door up. But we got it down as quick as we could after we got all Jamie's smoke out there. But Gigolo was famous for doing that.
I do know one thing after going down there, I learned you don't get a glass of lemonade from Art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be ready if you do.
If you're announcing.
Yeah, if you're announcing, yeah. Arch Lemonade is a pit area drink, not an announcer's drink.
Yeah, I know, but he had it in a jug up there.
Yeah. He shares too.
He did. That's what I think. I wasn't ready for what was in it. Yeah. High test lemonade. It was not a pass the fuel test back in the pits.
Nope. That's some of the fun things we had there.
It is, yeah. That was great. I think I announced a couple times there. That was fun. One year that I was there, and I don't remember what year it was, but it was frigid cold. It was.
Yeah, we had a 2009. It was sub-zero wind chill the first night, and it warmed up later in the week. But yeah, I still remember Troy Stradle working on. He was entered in those gauntlet classes. He was outside changing stuff, and he would take that tractor outside, work on it, and bring it back. And he was working on it in the trailer in them temperatures. But he's tougher than most, and he was really. And I think he ended up winning the gauntlet that year. But yeah, that was. But we've had years that was 50 degrees and the parking lot was slimy. So right now that area is under probably the worst drought they've had in several years. So, I know they're praying for rain, but right now it's pretty dry around there. So I think we should be pretty good here in a couple weeks.
Is the bars
and we should mention that there's been some changes to the building since the new ownership.
Yeah, the lighting and the thing is painted up now. The bird nests out of the ceiling are all blown out. It's pretty nice. People are going to be really shocked when they walk in here, and they've spent a lot of money on it, a lot of improvement. There's a tunnel now that goes from the building we pull into they made pretty much a hamburger restaurant in the front now, so you can wander back and forth through there. And yeah, they've done a lot of nice things to the building, and it sounds like if we can make this work, they're just going to keep improving it and look for bigger and better things in the future.
Sweet. Is that where that bar was? The tunnel goes to? It was like a bar
out. The bar is up front still. I think they call it the Stagecoach, and they told me that they were in the last little bit of organizing there. They purchased it as well, so I would assume they'll have it open for our weekend there, because there's a lot. I never got to go in there, but sure seems like there's a lot of stories out of that bar too.
Oh, yeah, there's a few when I was there. I think the first year I was there, they didn't have Corbell. And the next year I was back there, and they had Corbell then, and they were going through it like it was going out of style.
I did tell them when I had a little meeting with them after Cloverdale that they needed to probably staff up on Corbell. If they didn't have a case of it, needing to put a case in there because the Wisconsin guys were coming down.
Yep. Yeah. Brian Cruz just can't wait to get there Wednesday and set up and set up was there the very first year when the 4-1 class used to be the 3-4 class.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Well,
a few,
we never did have a 3x4. We never had the 4-1 class the first few years. We kind of, I think it kind of developed out of what we was calling our 9,000-pound limited pro class. We were pulling with the Foresters Mod Turbo group with 640 super farms. We just kept getting more liberal with a 3x4 turbo. And I think that developed into a 4-1. But yeah, it's we've had
think,
some big 4-1 classes there in the past.
I think Randy Brew had some pretty good success switching back and forth down there too.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Back in the day.
Dual times went down track in several different divisions.
Yes. Yeah, it is. That's for sure. Well, that's awesome. How long has it been since you've been in Gordyville for a pull?
We were there in 2020. We actually got our event in before COVID hit. And then in 2021, of course, nobody would let us do anything here in Illinois for obvious reasons. So that's when we wandered up to Shipshewana, and we were up there for 4 years. And then we've been at Cloverdale for 2.
Wow.
Never
Where's the
back.
time? That's awesome. Well, that's good. That'd be a lot of fun. So, is everything going to be live streamed from there?
Yes, we will have Ryan will be doing the live stream, and yeah, I think the live stream and tickets are for sale, aren't they? Right in advance.
Live stream will be available this week, but online
Yeah.
ticket sales are available.
Yeah, our online ticket sales are available now, and we'll kick the live stream on this week. I haven't, I've had a lot of people calling about tickets, and yeah, we still will let the pit areas be open for a couple hours, in the mornings, and then so it's free. You can walk around, look everything all over, and then right after our drivers meeting, we kind of start shutting down the pit areas, and once the fans start heading towards the seats, and we'll start the chaos, getting tractors get warmed up and get going down the track. Was we do start at 6 o'clock on Thursday, and then 11 and 6 on Friday. Saturday we're going to be 11 and 7 on Saturday night. I know Saturday night looks like there's a lot of classes, so it's not going to be the marathon that used to be. Hopefully everything goes well, but each one of those classes only got 6 tractors, and a couple of the bigger ones are going to have 8. But we're we'll stagger them to where some of the tractors will run twice. We'll have a little time to cool off, and but yeah, you'll have plenty of pulling, and we're really excited and really happy that we've had this good a turnout right off the get go. And I know there's another pretty big pull going on at the same time as we are, but we booked this show last year into February, so we kind of had the ball rolling a long time ago. And it's unfortunate we're on top of one another, but if you got 2 TVs in your shop, you can watch both of us.
Yeah, that's true. Where can they get the live streaming and tickets?
Whatsmoking.net.
Whatsmoking.net. So that's where you find it. So
Yep, it's right there on the front page.
is there going to be a bunch of vendors there like used to be as well?
Yeah, we got a few vendors already signed up. And be about the normal guys, Pete from Cat Brothers and Shides, and even Brandon Hart said they might bring their trailer out. They haven't had it out in a while. And yeah, there'll be some other vendors there too. Dion will be there with the shirts. So yeah, we're looking forward to having a nice crop of vendors in there. People can mill around and talk to the vendors, and I think there'll be a couple tire guys there selling tires, and guys that cut tires. So yeah, it'll be really good.
World famous Mark Hawthorne.
I don't know if Mark's coming or not. I talked to you a little bit at Louisville. They were kind of on the fence right there, but they're always more welcome. They got a new tire to be selling, and I'm sure they'll if they're not there this year, they'll be there next year.
Awesome. Sure that.
And
Cool.
well,
Go ahead,
something I
Ryan.
want to mention, John, is the toy raffle for Gordyville will actually be the Double Trouble Mike Meyer.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Stuckenstein is one of them?
Yeah, we're going to do the toy raffle, and it's going to go to a cancer relief fund of some form. We kind of like pick the Meyer family pick out the cancer direction they want us to go with. But this year, we'll probably try to turn those toy tickets on. Probably just going to do it right at the show. We're not really going to do a whole lot of advanced tickets on that because it's kind of late in the game. But we'll have the toy down there, and we'll be selling tickets there at the booth for it. So yeah, it has to be the 5048 of Mike's because we lost him, this year. We want to do something for the Meyer family because they've always been there and pulled with us. We even put the father's tractor on our shirt, kind of the reunion shirt, because we feel like he's been down the track. Probably that tractor has been down the track more than any of them that's ever entered there. So.
Yeah, the old 466 Express.
Yeah.
Done a lot of pulling in Gordyville, done a lot of winning in Gordyville.
And a lot of classes too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Kudos to you. And that's what the pulling world's about, and we talk about it in family, and you don't leave family out like that, and you help them out, and Mark Ruff and Mike Meyer, and so kudos to do that. And even all your other events, you always do something for someone, and that's that's just very respectable. So
Well, these guys, they were there at the very start of our events, and we hated that we lost them. So it doesn't take a whole lot to, spend a little time and remember them and commemorate them at an event.
yeah, that's Stuckenschneider. He built some great toys. Holy moly!
Yeah.
Just amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Speaking of Mike Meyer, got his koozie right here.
There you go.
Yeah. Always got it handy. That's cool. So the same group, you got the same group of guys to help put shows on, all going to be there doing the same thing and
Yep.
keeping everything going.
Joe will be in the back, and JR and Justin. Hopefully they're not having to haul in hydrous, but if they're there, they'll be working around the starting line, putting the tractors on and doing a little raking on the track. My brother, Mark, and Charlie, and Flea, and Jake, they'll be running the scrapers and the rollers. And girls will be selling tickets, and my sisters will be probably running the back. And it's just a big family thing that we do. And I know some guys are kind of worried that they're going to be called off to work, but hopefully we get all the same people. Cole Johnson and all the guys running the lift tractors. It's a very tedious, thankless job them guys do, and they do it all weekend. And we got a guy from Indiana named Randy Koenig. He brings a lot of equipment, and he helps out everything that we ask him to do. So Randy kind of come on board 2 years ago, and he's been tremendous help. So, but yeah, we'll have about the same people as at Cloverdale, and everything went smooth over there, and we'll try to do it again.
Yeah.
At Gordyville.
Old Eagle Eye Johnson running the laser too.
Oh yeah, JJ will be up in the lift, taking all the measurements.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to put so much, put so much money in your pulling vehicle. If you go down and give the sled operator $100 and give JJ $100, boy, oh boy, you might have a better chance.
Yeah. JJ's pretty easy to work with.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Art coming up to announce?
I don't know if Art will be there or not. Right now we're going to have Carl and Shane Hunt are going to be our two announcers this year. And you never can tell. We might have a couple more surprise guests pop in from time to time, but they'll be our core guys. They've been with us for a long, long time. They do a great job.
Sweet. I'll have to see what's going on here. It all depends. I'm on the fence right now with what's going on around here, so I'll have to see. But I'd like to come down.
Sure. I know a guy probably give you a wristband. He came down.
You know, guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Gordyville is always a good time. Never disappoint there. Never disappoint. Yes. So, everybody mark your calendars then, the 5th through the 7th, just a couple weeks away. So, get your tickets or get set up online and go down and be ready to have some fun. Is there places set aside to stay at? Hotels and that there?
The most of the ones in Rantoul are full, so I would start in Champaign, and there's some Airbnbs I think still available from what I've been told. So
Okay.
it doesn't take a lot of people to fill the hotels in Rantoul.
No. Champagne's what, 15 minutes away?
Yeah, 50 minutes south, and there's a lot of eating joints down there, and you know, if you want to get away from it, and there's you bring your wives with you. There's like excuse me, nice shopping mall and stuff down there for the ladies, for them something to do. That way they're not sitting there all day watching tractors go down the track. So a lot of things to do in Champaign.
Awesome. Sweet, sweet. Yeah, if anybody else has any questions for Mr. Tucker or what's going on in the poll, please throw them up here. We'll ask away here quick before we get rolling. But Ryan, you got anything else that you want to chat about with the poll that we may have missed?
I think for the test passes will be actually Thursday afternoon. Just something versus Wednesday night where we've done in the past because we don't have a Thursday morning session. So those that signed up for test passes, they'll be around noon, between noon 1 o'clock. We'll run them through, um, and just looking forward to getting back down there. Um, a lot of memories in that building going there.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and
Now, like you said, Ryan, we'll work on the polar itinerary, and we'll have that up on the website.
yeah,
Gordyville's kind of unusual. Like the other places, we used to mail out parking passes and all that nonsense. But at Gordyville, you don't have to. You know, the semis go in the back, and Mark Austin and I will be there to help park you. You know, on Wednesday, and Mark will be out there. He's the kind of the outside cop, and he does a great job. You know, parking all the semis, and you come in, we'll give you some passes to put in your pickup truck, so you can get back and forth to the back. But you know, we don't mail out passes and itineraries for Gordyville because there's really no sense. You're not going through any check stations or security guards like you are at Cloverdale or Shipshewana. So don't be expecting any packets in the mail. You just you know where it's at. Show up. You come in, register in the back, and we'll give you some passes for your pickup trucks. And, if you get back and forth, and you'll be good to go.
Awesome. Yeah.
This is a relaxed atmosphere event.
Oh.
Yeah, we hope.
This relax. You know that. It's always been crazy chaos. Yeah. But maybe it's more relaxed to you now because you're so used to it.
Yeah, right.
Comfortably numb.
well, it's probably a good thing the Facebook was around in those early years of Gordyville.
Oh dear Lord, yeah.
Oh.
Our main line of communication was pulloff.com. If it wasn't on there, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, it wasn't on there. Yeah, that's that legit or not. Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day.
Well, we'll try to keep the viral post to a minimum.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. You got anything you
Some
want
of
me to
those
get?
some of those pull-off threads got pretty big back in the
Oh yeah.
2005 and 6.
Yeah. You want me to throw anything out on Facebook, get rumor mill going or anything for you? You heading your way or no?
I think there was still I took a picture of it. There's still a thread. I think I printed it off somewhere in my files, arguing about component chassis and pro stocks in 2004 and 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this one guy was completely against it. Never saw a need for it. I was like, I wish I could find that and repost it.
Now he's got one.
Yeah, probably now he's got one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a
hopefully I live long enough. Heck, we might have component light limiteds one of these days.
yeah, super farms too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Think about it. Over the years, super started out 600-700 horse, and pro stocks at that time were 1,800 horse, and they were tearing up some of the stocker ends. And now super farm is there, and the worst part about super farm is they're locked in super hard. So they're tearing more stuff up too nowadays. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
where do you I don't know. Sooner or later they'll all be components, I think.
And all these cast rear ends are not getting any younger.
No.
We're still basing every pulling tractor off something that was poured in the 60s and early 70s, which makes no sense. But I've tried to express my opinion on some of the newer cast rear end chassis. Doesn't get very far.
Yeah. Are you going to be doing the Western Series again, or?
Yeah. Really looking forward to
that. Come on, Tucker.
Yeah.
What else would you do?
Yeah. We hopefully got a summer ahead of us that will be, good competition. We got a lot of good events, but the summer stuff is a little more out of my control than what I'd like for it, but I do the best I can from what I got from where I'm from. So
there you go. That's right around the corner too. Think about it.
Yeah. Well, I think this weekend the pulling world's off, but like we start next weekend, and then I think there's an event pretty much every weekend in March, and then the guys down south in April start pretty quick too. So
just rolls right in. Yeah. Tire cutting guys don't even get break no more. They're just solid all the time.
Yeah. It's almost a year-round sport now.
Pretty much. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on and
jumping up. You guys, and if anybody's got anything, I need to hop off here because, like I said, I've been sitting there. There's about 15 texts and calls. I need to get back to doing my job. Like I said, me and Ryan will get the website up to date and look forward to seeing anybody need any information, let me know. And dear Lord, if you have a super farm tractor and you have not torn apart, let me know. I'll get you signed up, make you a heck of a deal.
There you go.
So thank you guys.
You bet. Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching, and thanks Tucker for coming on. And we get closer and closer to full time there, and we'll have some results when it's over with as well too. So we want to thank Salama Enterprises, Trip Downing, Front Street Toys, and Wetton Camp Transport. So thank you everybody, and we'll see you next week.